Inter Milan 4, Barcelona 3, ending 7-6 on aggregate. What a semi-final that was. Unreal. I couldn't watch the live game because I had work commitments beforehand, but honestly, I've watched extended highlights compiling about 30 to 40 minutes of footage together. And that game, I'm actually disappointed I actually missed it. I'm disappointed I missed it. But do you know what? This match reaction here is just based on that recap that I've seen. And do you know what? Both teams worthy of reaching the final. Both teams definitely worthy. Inzaghi and Hansi Flick both set out their teams to win that game. And Inter going 2 goals up. That press from DeMarco in the centre, honestly, and that threaded through ball, allowing Martinez to score that and tuck that away, was absolutely crazy. How they pressed the centre of the park, especially in the very first half, was insane from Inter. They were consistently doing it time and time again. And you see the way that Barcelona are playing, of course, overlapping left backs and right backs, and Inter just pinning their wing backs, literally waiting for their chance. And that's how they play. That's how Inter Milan play. And Inzaghi set up his team sensationally well to deal with Barcelona and how they're going to consistently attack and attack and attack. And look, that penalty, absolutely 100% a penalty, tucked away nicely. And from then, Barcelona had an uphill task. But that uphill task was definitely done. Until the last moments, which we'll get onto the second. But the 3 goals that Barcelona scored, I have not seen a team have so much willingness and desire to consistently attack their opposition throughout the whole game. They had crazy amounts of possession. They had so many chances here and there. Summer, what a keeper. He made crucial saves, 2 massive saves against Yamal. 2 massive ones that literally kept Inter Milan in that game. Honestly, they were big saves. When Yamal cut inside, that long-footed left shot, whippy, into the corner. And then Summer tipped it away. Brilliant keeping. That is a keeper performance that is worthy for Inter Milan to reach the final. And the way that Barcelona attack, let me just go into that for a second, because how they just consistently do it time and time out again. I'm not going to be a salty Real Madrid fan and say, oh, look at Barcelona now, all this. And you see the Real Madrid fans now going, oh no, look at Barcelona, no treble. Well, guess what? We're not winning anything this season. So, you know what? Real Madrid fans can hold that as well. Because we're not winning anything, but Barcelona are clearly, and they already won the Copa del Rey against us. So you cannot say anything to Barcelona. You cannot. Just keep it stum, Real Madrid fans. Wait for next season, because that's what we are. We're a next season team. That's it. Finish. But just going to Barcelona, how they scored those goals, the build-up play to each and every one of them was absolutely sensational. That back post cross to Olmo was absolutely out of this world. Pinpoint for Olmo to score. And Rafinha coming up in big moments, 87th minute. Big moments. First shot seemed much easier to score than the second one. But as soon as Summer palmed it back to him and Rafinha laced it with his right foot shot in the back of the net. Barcelona thought they had it won. And let me just go back to Eric Garcia's first goal as well. The way he cushioned that was out of this world. Out of this world. And those 3 goals there, like I said previously in the last few minutes, that Barcelona deserved to reach the final as well. Until Inter come along. Acerbi. Big man Acerbi comes with the goods last minute. Just literally, that's Inter Milan in a nutshell this season. People write them off because they're not the most attractive team in the world. But do you know what? They get the job done. And if they get the job done by being the most unattractive team in the world, then so be it. If they win that final, they're very worthy of winning that final. Are they going to stink it out in the final? potentially. But who cares if they win the Champions League? Who cares? Ancelotti has been stinking out this Real Madrid team all season long. And we haven't won anything yet, apart from the very first 2 trophies at the beginning of the season. But nothing major this season. So, we are in the same boat, but we're not winning anything. If Ancelotti were to win and stink it out completely and win Champions League like we did last year, great job. But this season, different story. So Inzaghi, I say manager, his substitutions as well. The substitutions made or break the bloody game. They broke the game, that's it. They had the hack. They hacked the game. And they literally scored that 4th goal, tucked away nicely, bottom left-hand corner, and that's it. End of story. And then obviously Barcelona came back at them again, but it was just a little bit too late. And for me, when I looked at Barcelona throughout the game, sometimes their defense showed frailties that Inter exposed. Like I consistently say, those wing backs from Inter, they were a major problem. Major problem for Hansi Flick's men. And honestly, I'm just looking at the game itself and just seeing how Inter Milan press consistently, how they pass with preciseness and quick transition. That's it. None of this 10 million passes in the defensive end. They just quick transition. They know Barcelona overexposing themselves at the back. They know they're weak. That's their weak point. And Inzaghi saw that. So if he sees that there is a weak point in this Barcelona team, he's going to exploit it. And that is the fullbacks, because they consistently bomb up. They consistently do that. And you saw how they initiate attacks from their wings directly into the centre. And that's it. Finish. And if they have a chance to press, they will press. Like the very first goal. We saw that. They have a chance to press and lose the ball in very, very tight spaces. Inter will capitalize. And they will do it very well. And that's what happens. And now we all just wait to see who's going to meet them in the final. It's either going to be PSG or it's going to be Arsenal. Now, Arsenal have a good chance in this one, but I don't think they're going to make it. I think PSG are just going to scrape by. Arsenal will put up a good fight today. I do very believe that. But I think PSG are just going to be too strong. Their playing style is going to be a very combative style for Inter. And you're going to see a final again, like we saw with Barcelona, where a team has the majority of the possession, and you're going to see Inter counterbalance that with a very quick counter. You know what Inzaghi's men remind me of? Reminds me of a team that just, I dare say it, but Mourinho's counter-attacking teams that we've seen before, where they have a very solid defense. His Inter Milan team that did win the Champions League, it is very reminiscent of that, where it's direct counter, quick, pacey, no nonsense. Real Madrid's Mourinho team as well, where they have a decent defense and they just hit you with pace. That's what it reminds me of. So Inzaghi is bringing that back, and it's one way to beat Barcelona's team. And Ancelotti, take notes, because we're facing them this weekend. Take notes. We're facing them. That's how you beat Barcelona. But let me just say this. Barcelona have done exceptionally well to reach the semi-finals of the Champions League this season under a very, very good team. Next year, I think they will just go one step further. This is Hansi Flick's learning curve on how his team can be exposed in certain areas, and it's a frailty. It's a big weakness that their defense is sometimes not good enough to handle what is taken at them. And Inter showed that in this Champions League semi-final. They've done exceptionally well. I think they really know what they're doing in this Champions League. And do you know what? Against PSG or Arsenal, I think they'll beat them. I think they'll beat them both. I think Inter are going to be crowned the Champions League winners 2025. And do you know what? It's time for a change. Quite literally, Inter winning this will be time for a change. And it'll probably be a PSG and Inter final, and we'll just need to wait and see. If it's going to be Arsenal, then it's going to be Arsenal. But I don't think Arsenal have the weaponry to actually beat Inter. They did have a lot of chances the first time they met them in the Champions League group stages, but I think Inter are that team that would just be too physically strong for either PSG or Arsenal. They have some monuments at the back, honestly. Monuments at the back. And their unit, absolutely. So guys, take care. That was my recap on the game. Watching obviously the highlights. Just please note that I did watch about 30-45 minutes of the highlights. So we can see, obviously, I can see in its entirety in a very short snapshot how the game unfolded. Guys, take care, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time on another episode or video. Take care. Adios.